y'all are held to a high standard.
Very.
I mean, you almost can't make a mistake.
Cannot.
I mean, but I see on and on pastors make some of the like infidelity, like some of the biggest mistakes.
That's such a powerful question, man. So let's first establish that there is no human beings who have never made a mistake.
100%.
Right? And that the only human being that ever lived was the Lord Jesus himself. So I think it's important for people who are watching and listening to understand that we all are going to make mistakes.
Yep.
Mistakes are inevitable. And I don't think people should see pastors as mistake-free. Even leaders make mistakes. I think what's important also too is to remember that some mistakes are more catastrophic than others. They carry more damage and more weight than others.
Are all sins created equal though? Almost.
I think sin, all sin is sin, but some sin are more catastrophic in damage.
Okay.
Right? And so I think here's the way I approach this, all right? Because I've made mistakes, I've sinned, I've fallen, I've messed up. This is a man named David. David was blessed with God with favor, wealth, prestige, all the things. Right? There's a season in his life when he's a little bit older, he doesn't go out to war. And he sees a beautiful woman who belongs to another man, takes that woman for himself, commits adultery, commits murder. You know, the Lord has to confront him about that, right? Here's the powerful thing about this though, bro. Everybody talks about David's sin, his murder and his adultery. Yet David is the most quoted person in the New Testament from the Old Testament. When Jesus comes, he calls himself a son of David. And so he's not afraid to be identified with David. But why? Because when people mistake, God is not only looking at the mistake that people make when they make mistakes, he's looking at the heart of the person. He's looking at the remorse of the person. And so I think there's some people who we call making mistakes, they just have terrible character, bro. And then there's some people who make mistakes who have godly character. I've made mistakes. When people make mistakes, I think what God is looking at is the heart of the person. He's looking at the character of the person. There are two men that will make mistakes. One makes a ton of mistakes because they have terrible character. And so it's a lifestyle that they live of sin and evil and debauchery. There's another man who loves God with all of his heart, but makes a mistake. And God can forgive, and God can restore, and God can raise up. And we need that story. Because there are people watching right now who feel like because of some season from the past, some mistake that they made, God is done with them. God can't use them. God is mad. And so we got to have stories of redemption